Losing weight, it can feel like an endless struggle, believe me, I know. And if you're tired of feeling guilty about what you eat, you do cardio and you still don't see results, don't give up, because our next guest can step in and help transform you. Dr. Kathleen Nash is back with more on how you can make a total transformation. Welcome back, Dr. Nash.
Thank you, JJ. Always good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about the D word today, dieting.
Yeah.
So why is it that most people who go on a diet then gain the weight back?
Right, that's probably the most common complaint that I get from any client that comes into my office, is that they're eating less and they're moving more, and either their body doesn't move as fast as they thought it would, or even worse, they get to their goal and very quickly gain the weight back. In fact, 95% of us gain back within 1 year, and it's because of damage that's going on inside the body.
Okay, now you personally were able to lose weight. Has it been 7 or 8 years?
Since 2009, so we're looking at 8 years now.
And you have been able to keep it off. Here, we're looking at your before and after picture. What a great transformation you made for yourself. You know what this transformation is like.
Right, because this was something that I personally struggled with. I was fat since I was 8 years old, and up until 2009, I was trying the eating less, moving more equation, and it would just never, it would never work. I'd lose weight. My issue was I would lose weight. But as soon as I stopped and tried to do anything normal, the weight would come right back. And I always blamed myself. And it wasn't until 2009 that I found out that it was really these 5 issues going on inside the body. If that damage is hiding in there, it'll never stay off permanently. And you need to identify what the damage is. Okay, and those 5 factors are the metabolic factors that you come on the show and often speak about, correct? Correct. Those are the metabolic factors that we look at in my office. So if I have a client that's struggling to lose weight under normal means, eating less, moving more, they've even gone as far as bariatric surgery and can't keep the weight off, then we have to identify if those 5 factors are a culprit, and usually they are.
Okay, now, and we're looking at the 5 factors right there.
Yeah.
How do you help people identify these factors and then in turn help them keep the weight off? Because it really is a long-term goal, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. So the first step is identifying which of the 5 factors they have and customizing a diet specifically for them and their lifestyle so that we can get the body to start responding and getting to their goal. The second part of my program is the part that I'm really proud of, where once we correct the metabolism, we actually test it and make sure that these people can keep the weight off eating between 2,000 and 3,000 calories a day. I don't know of any other program that forces people to eat that much food before we release them from care to make sure that their body's going to be able to hold the weight.
That's a really nice range to me.
Yes.
I'm very comfortable eating in that range of calories. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Oh no.
Now you have a lot of success with your clients, and I believe we have a video here from one of your recent successes. Her name is Kristen.
Right. So Kristen's in her 30s. She lost 30 pounds in 30 days on my program. When she was done with the when she was done with the program, she lost an additional 15 pounds for a total of 45, and she's kept it off for 4 years now.
See, and that's the key.
That's the key.
That's the key, because the yo-yo effect is not fun.
Right.
Let's take a look at Kristen.
As a direct result of Dr. Nash's program, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days, and after completing the program, an additional 15. And the best news, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, and she actually works in my office. Like, she was so happy about her transformation. Yeah, she didn't when she was doing the program, but she was so excited about the changes that she saw that she wanted to pay it forward and start helping people too. So I think that's a cool side benefit.
Look at this.
Yeah, so there she is now.
The incredible thing to me when I see these before and after pictures is you just know how good the people feel in the photos afterwards.
She's a completely different person.
Yes.
Completely different person, inside and out, as a result of it, yeah.
Now, and you're often able to achieve success like Kristen had with your other patients.
Absolutely. We have high rates of success. Many of our clients are now in the 2, 3, 4 year range where they've kept the weight off. And in fact, when we first talk about I'm going to have you eat between 2,000 and 3,000 calories a day to test your metabolism, the women in particular look absolutely terrified of that. And I have to let them know, I'm like, we're going to do that later once it's fixed. But we have to get you to understand that in your specific case, it's not a consumption issue. It's a damage issue. And when the damage is corrected, the body behaves normally the way you would expect it to.
Wow, that's fantastic. You have a special offer today just for Morning Blend viewers who might be interested.
Absolutely.
Right now.
So in order for me to find out if this issue is going on with you, I really do need to sit with you face to face and do the evaluation to identify what's wrong. Normally that's $97. But what we'll want to do is, if they mention they saw me on the Morning Blend, we'll do the face-to-face consultation with me, but 2 webinars that explain this issue and exactly what my program does, a free copy of my book, and an interview with me as well. So they get a lot of information for only $9.97. So I'm going to do it for less than $10.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's almost free. You're almost giving this away.
Yeah, I'm losing money on that, actually.
That's fantastic. Well, and I think you're so generous with the information because you're helping people make a total transformation, not just with the body, but read the book, listen to the webinars. Let's understand what this is about.
Take a different approach, because what you keep trying to do, if that weight doesn't stay off, that's not the issue.
I have to tell you, I did yo-yo dieting for years, trying to eat as few calories as possible until the point where I would be dizzy. It didn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work.
No. If you try it once and it doesn't work, that's your clue that it doesn't work for you.
I think there's a famous phrase that about that. Yes.
I think there is.
If you keep trying something, it doesn't work. Try
that's
something
insanity.
Different. That's right. Dr. Nash, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And again, that special offer, folks. If you mention that you saw Dr. Nash on the Morning Blend, the standard consultation fee is $9.97. That's less than $10, guys. Dr. Nash's office is located on Horizon Ridge Parkway near Valley Verde in Henderson. For more information, give her office a call or visit her website. Total Transformation is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.